In a world where political arenas are often dominated by rehearsed speeches and carefully crafted gestures, there comes a rare moment when authenticity breaks through. That moment arrived when Hillary Clinton, the seasoned politician and former US Secretary of State, tried to outmaneuver Ibrahim Traoré, the young and fiery leader of Burkina Faso. The setting was a high-level international forum in Geneva, filled with diplomats, journalists, and global thinkers. The cameras were rolling, every seat was taken, and the air was heavy with anticipation. Clinton, confident and calculating, stepped forward with a speech designed not just to influence policy, but to cement her authority as a voice of global wisdom. Clinton began with her trademark assertiveness. She spoke about democracy, about stability, about the responsibility of leaders in developing nations to follow the established international order. Her words were sharp. Her tone carried the weight of decades in politics. She even gestured toward Traoré, suggesting indirectly that leaders like him needed guidance and discipline from more experienced nations. The audience nodded politely, some even clapping, though the undertone of condescension did not go unnoticed. Cameras zoomed in on Traoré's face, calm, almost unreadable. He sat with his back straight, eyes fixed on Clinton, waiting. When Clinton finished, the moderator offered Traoré a chance to respond. He rose slowly, adjusting his uniform with deliberate calm. His presence immediately shifted the energy in the room. Without raising his voice, he began, "Madam Clinton, I thank you for your words. But let me remind you, Burkina Faso is not a child in need of guidance. We are a sovereign people, with our own history, our own struggles, and our own path." The room fell silent. The polite applause faded into stunned quietness. He continued, his tone unwavering. "For generations, Africa has listened to lectures from the West. We have been told how to govern, how to trade, how to live. And yet, what has this brought us? Poverty, instability, and dependence. True partnership cannot be built on one side commanding and the other obeying." He paused, letting the weight of his words sink in. Clinton shifted slightly in her seat. Her smile tightened, but she said nothing. Traoré's voice grew firmer. Though never angry, democracy is not a gift to be handed down. Integrity cannot be imported. And freedom is not granted by those who once denied it to us. We will decide our own destiny. Respect, Madam Clinton, must go both ways. The crowd erupted. Some delegates stood and clapped, others simply watched in awe. The cameras captured every second, and within hours, clips of the exchange began circulating online. By the end of the day, the confrontation had gone viral. Hashtags trended worldwide. Hashtag Traoré, hashtag True Leadership, and hashtag Clinton vs Traoré. Commentators debated fiercely. Some argued Clinton had been humiliated. Others said Traoré had voiced what many had long wanted to say. But for the people of Burkina Faso, it was more than a viral clip. It was validation, proof that their leader was not afraid to stand on equal footing with one of the most recognized figures in global politics. What made Traoré's response unforgettable was not just his words, but the way he delivered them. He did not shout. He did not insult. He simply stood with the quiet confidence of a man who knew the weight of history, stood behind him. His calmness was a shield, his honesty a weapon. And in that moment, he transformed what was meant to be a lecture into a lesson, not for him, but for the world. As the forum ended, Clinton exited quickly, surrounded by aides. Traoré, on the other hand, was swarmed by journalists and young delegates eager to shake his hand. His words had traveled far beyond Geneva. They had struck a chord in Africa, in Asia, in Latin America, in every corner where people longed to be heard with dignity. This moment will be remembered not as a clash, but as a turning point, a reminder that true leadership is not about dominating others, but about standing firm, speaking truth, and demanding respect.